morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and people of the tube. Hope you are today, hope you're feeling grand and always well in your world. Welcome to Jazz Club. Nice. Actually, that's not totally correct. Welcome to Q&A Wednesday, everybody. Let's get into question one today. Question one today is, I don't know what today it is, but hey, today, question one. Have you played many Martin acoustics, and what's your opinion on them? Yes, I've been lucky enough to play a lot of Martin acoustics. My opinion on them is I want one. I've played quite a lot of Martins because Norman, when I worked in Old Hat, Norman had quite a lot of really nice old Martins, and there was one in particular. It was from 72. I don't know. I can't remember the year of it now, but it was very old. Or was it the 60s? Martin. I don't remember now. Anyway, there was this really gorgeous D28 acoustic, Martin acoustic in Old Hat, and it was absolutely stunning. The thing played itself. It sounded so rich and alive. It was just gorgeous. Not all Martins I've picked up were great. There was another Martin actually that was even older than that one, and it was rubbish. It didn't sound good. It played badly. It just wasn't a very good guitar in comparison to this other one, which was a bit younger than it. But yeah, and also before I left Old Hat, Norman got in a Eric Clapton limited edition Martin acoustic. It's like it was all very kind of like bling acoustic guitar. It had like abalone kind of binding and stuff like that. And I got to play that one. In all fairness, I didn't think much of that either. I didn't think it was that great of a guitar, to be perfectly honest with you. The 70s one was a lot better. I'm pretty sure it was definitely 70s. I think I demoed it actually. In all fairness, I'm pretty positive I demoed that thing. I think I demoed it next to a Gibson Dove. Or was it? Yeah, is it Dove? I think it was a Dove. But yeah, I love Martin acoustics. Not all of them I have tried a lot, and there are some rubbish ones in the bunch, so to say. But the predominantly quite a lot of the Martins I've tried, I've really loved. I love where they feel, where they play. I missed out on buying one in Old Hat, actually, before I worked in Old Hat. There was one that came in, and I should have bought it. I should have bought it, and I didn't, and that's my own stupidity. And the reason I bought my Tanglewood acoustic, my number one acoustic, is simply because it looked like a Martin. It had the Martin headstock, and it had almost kind of the same feel. It just didn't have the sound of like a real nice Martin acoustic. And I'm a big Martin Carthy fan. Martin Carthy, if you, people who don't know who he is, you need, well, for one thing, you need to check out Martin Carthy. Look for Martin Carthy. He's absolutely awesome English folk guitarist. Awesome guitarist. He's got his own tuning, which is kind of like a takeoff of Open C. It's a very strange tuning, but he's an amazing guitarist. He's the guy who originally did Scarborough Fair, and then taught it to Paul Simon, and then Paul Simon ripped it off and did Martin Carthy's version of Scarborough Fair, and it became a hit, and he never credited Martin at all, which is a bit of he's still a bit of a sore spot if you and Martin Carthy doesn't play it anymore because of that. He won't play Scarborough Fair anymore. But if you look up Martin Carthy, look for songs like there's a song called Sauve, which is amazing. Also stuff like The Wind That Shakes the Barley, which is a gorgeous song. But I'm a big Martin Carthy fan, and he used Martin acoustics for his entire career, and he always gets this stunning acoustic guitar tone. Like it's just a gorgeous guitar tone he has, and it's just like that. That's the sound. And also Rory Gallagher used a Martin. I think his was D28 as well. I'm not sure Martin Carthy uses a D28. I think he's a bit smaller bodied, but Rory used I'm pretty sure he used a D28. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, people of the tube. But it's just that sound that Martins have, and I really like it. I don't know, there's just something about a Martin to me that I'd really love. And so yeah, I mean, hopefully, one day I'll own a nice Martin acoustic. So I would love to own a Martin acoustic. I get a bit kind of like all flustered when I'm in a room near a Martin. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? You ever get that with guitars? Yes. But yeah, I love Martin acoustics. I say not all of them. Some of them are absolute turds, but you know, I've played plenty of them that are just like, really? You know, like that. But then I've played quite a lot of them that are like, make you start dribbling. You know, and just turn you into like this kind of weird kind of Martin vegetable. It's like, I want that one. You know, they are just gorgeous, and I would love to own a Martin. They're just really, really cool guitars. So yeah, I really enjoyed them, and as I've been lucky enough to play quite a lot of Martins. There was quite a lot in Old Hat, and I've been able to play kind of a few here and everywhere, and I'm going to have to yawn. Oh, sorry about that, everyone. It's still early. Anyway, so yeah. Yes, so I hope that's a question. I'm going to move on to question 2 now. Okay, so question 2. Okay, question 2 is a really good question, but the answer breaks my heart. But there might be light at the end of the tunnel. So let's just answer the question, Dave. Okay, so question 2 is there any chance you'll be finishing the Voodoo Child lesson from months ago? On YouTube, no. But before I go into the but, be quiet, phone. But before I go into that, I actually did lesson 3 on Voodoo Child. I uploaded it and it got blocked worldwide, so I deleted it. And in a rage, I deleted the video. He's a clever one. He's that Dave, I tell you. So yeah, it was kind of one of those anger things. You know, you ever do something like when you get that angry, you do silly things. I'm sure we've been there and all done it. But I was like so annoyed that like I was blocked by the Hendrix estate. I was like, I'm trying to teach and spread his music. Why would you block that? Are you crazy? And there was swearing and there was things being thrown. There wasn't, but you know, but there was crying as well. But it was annoying, and I just went fine, delete, and just got rid of it. And I was like, after I deleted it, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And I was like thinking, you fool. But I can always do it again. It's not in the world. But sadly, no, I won't be doing any more on YouTube. They seem to be watching my channel. There's like, I see other channels getting away with doing teaching videos on songs, and then other channels getting away with doing like cover songs. The moment I put anything up with slight copyright infringements, they're on me like a wolf. They really are. But I can't do anything. It's like they're watching it's like my channel's like on a watch list or something, which is really annoying because in a way, because I have to be really super, super, super careful about what I do. It has made me try and think outside of the box of how to teach, but I'm still edgy about it. You know what I mean? The video that I did with Malcolm got copyright flagged. Luckily, it only got shared revenue. I was terrified that it was going to get copyright striked and blocked. Luckily, it only got flagged for shared revenue, which basically means Warner Brothers, who claimed, basically get all the profits from that video. Which, at the end of the day, that video was going up whether Warner Brothers or not liked it. Copyright strike be damned. That video of Malcolm was going up on YouTube whether anybody liked it, or not, kind of thing. It had to be up. That was a really, really important video for me to get up on the tube. So I had to get that video up, So I'm quite happy to take the kind of hit with that one, so to say, because it was worth it. Totally worth it. I don't mind that in the slightest. But like I said, I do seem to be on some kind of weird watch list. I don't know if that's a thing, but it definitely feels like it. It definitely feels like they're watching my channel for any slight kind of foot wrong, so to say. They will jump on me, and literally, like I say, I had to stop doing backing tracks because every time I put a backing track up, they would copyright flag it. Like, what the hell? It was just stupid. It's just stupid. It's copyright law nonsense. Is well out of hand. I was going to say it's getting out of hand, but it already is out of hand. So yeah, it was just annoying. So am I going to finish the Voodoo Child lesson? Not on YouTube, but me and my friend Ian, not Ian the guitarist. Well, actually, it is Ian the guitarist, but the guy Ian who very kindly does my website for me and is helping me out with bits and pieces here and there that I'm too stupid to do because he's a lot cleverer than I am. We were talking the other day, and we were thinking of hosting guitar lessons on my website. The only issue with that is it's going to cost us money to host a video, but we're hoping, hoping it'll work, if you know what I mean. So what we're going to do, we're going to try this very soon as a little experiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a series on how to play Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then if that works out, I will be doing lessons on Jimi Hendrix songs. Like, I'll finish off Voodoo Child. I will finish off. I will do more Rory videos, more Peter Green videos teaching songs. Because to really understand and learn an artist, you have to learn their songs, and you have to learn their songs inside and out, and you have to kind of get a grip on every aspect of that song. So what me and Ian decided was, we're going to try and host a lesson in parts on my website. So if you want to kind of get really in-depth lessons on certain songs that I'm going to try and teach, because I don't like not doing things in depth. I would literally spend an hour talking about the intro and the first two verses of Under the Bridge if I could, and I could probably fill an hour talking about that because of all the little variations and things you can do with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to do that, but the only issue we do have is the fact that we're, it is going to cost us, and we're going to have to be aware of how much that is, and because we've just got to be careful that it doesn't cost us all our money basically to kind of be able to host a video. So, but we are going to try that very soon. I hate talking about money. It just grinds on me. But it's so annoying. Anyway, enough grinding on me about the whole M word. But yeah, soon we are going to try doing that. We're going to start trying to put up lessons on my website of songs. So I won't be doing any more lessons apart from obviously kind of little bits and pieces lessons. What I've been doing with the John Frusciante series, talking about John's crazy wah techniques, how John uses chords. I want to talk about John using triads, and also other certain things that John does. Also some Jimi Hendrix tricks, some Rory Gallagher tricks, some Peter Green things. I will do stuff like that on here as well, but I won't be teaching songs, and I really want to be able to teach certain songs so you can kind of get inside the mind of the guy that we're going to be talking about. So we're going to try and host that on my website very, very, very soon. So I will do a video when the video is up on my website with a link, so you can just follow the link straight to the video, and there we go. So that's what we'll do. That's what we're hoping it will work out to. So like I say, at this point in time, I won't be finishing a Voodoo Child lesson just yet, and I especially won't be finishing it on YouTube. Like I say, they seem to be watching my every move, and the slightest little slip up, they're in there like a shot. So I've got to be careful. It's really annoying because there are channels out there with so many more subscribers than mine that are right in the public eye. I mean, I'm quite small in the scheme of things, and they're able to put songs up and do this, that, and the other, and yet I get flagged constantly if I just try and I get flagged for a 12-bar blues. It doesn't make any sense to me. The whole system feels absolutely broken to me. That's just the way that's the way I feel about it. But like I say, it's really cool because, like I say, Ian set up my website, and through that website, we're hoping to be able to kind of host my own teaching videos on that website, so we can actually, so you can actually kind of do it. And I think what we'll do as well, we're not sure yet, but we're gonna see if we can. We're gonna make it available for download. So we'll kind of take it away if you want to, kind of thing. So anyway. But more on that soon. Me and Ian are still kind of ironing out the creases on that idea and seeing if we can actually afford to do it. That's the key thing here. Is can we afford to do it? Because it is quite expensive to host videos on your own website sometimes. So So fingers crossed, and then hopefully that'll give me opportunities to finish stuff like the Voodoo Child lessons. So because I had so much planned for that, I had so much detail planned for that video, and it's just such a great song to learn and get inside Jimmy's head. It's really cool. So watch this space, people of YouTube. Okay, so moving to question 3 now. Question 3 is: could you recommend a pickup upgrade for my Squier Affinity Strat? I only ever use position 2. Because of that, do I need to replace the bridge and middle pickups? Okay, so let me just word that again, because I don't know if I got a bit kind of convoluted. So, can you recommend a pickup upgrade for my Squier Affinity Strat? And because I only use position 2, which is the bridge and middle pickups, do I need to replace both those pickups? Yeah, I would replace both those pickups. I wouldn't leave one in and replace just the bridge pickup for it. I wouldn't leave the original middle, and replace the bridge just in case they don't like each other or don't speak to each other right. You might get a weird sound. So yeah, I would recommend replacing both. In all fairness, I would recommend replacing all 3, just so you got like a matched set. Just so it's kind of like, nice and kind of like, so the tone's kind of like even across the board, so to say. So, and you said you kind of like have that Mark Knopfler-y kind of sound, that position 2, Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing kind of tone. Is it copyright infringement to say Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits? We will see. But yeah, so bitter. That was very bitter, Dave. Anyway, moving along. Can you blame me though? Anyway, so pickups, pickup replacements for that kind of sound. Personally, I say my favourite pickup for everything is the Tex-Mex pickups by Fender. They're just my favourite pickup of all time. But there are other alternatives. There's pickups by Tone Rider, who do a 60s kind of like Strat pickup. I don't know how expensive Tone Riders are though now. I ain't looked at them for ages. But Tone Rider do really, really good pickups. There's also Evil Sheep pickups. I don't know if I don't know if Mr. Sheep's still doing pickups or not. I haven't heard anything from him for a long time, so I hope he's still doing pickups. But Evil Sheep do amazing pickups, like stunning pickups. I love mine, but the ones I've got in my first ever Oswald Strat are like some of my favourite pickups of all time. They're just absolutely immense. I love them, and the really cool thing is they're different to my Tex-Mex pickups. They're a bit darker and warmer. But I like that. It gives, it really, really, but they complement each other really, really well. But I would really recommend Tex-Mex pickups myself. I love those pickups. They're my favourites. Especially ones with the staggered pole pieces. Think. People of the Tube, help me here. What pickup upgrade would you recommend for somebody who wants to get the Mark Knopfler Strat tone? Leave a comment in the section below. Let us know which pickups you would recommend, because the only ones I can ever think of are Evil Sheep or Tex-Mex, and Tex-Mex being my favourite of all time, kind of thing. I'm trying to think. Say Tone Rider do really, really good pickups, but they can be quite pricey. I wouldn't really recommend Seymour Duncan. I don't really like Seymour Duncan pickups that much. The SSL ones are really nice, but I don't know. They're really, really cool, but I don't know. There's just something that's missing in them for me. But that's just me. I mean, loads of people have SSL ones out there and love them, so it's kind of take it. But in my opinion, I would say either go Evil Sheep or Tex-Mex pickups. I say, if Mr. Sheep is watching this video, leave a comment below. Let us and let me know if you are still making pickups. So yeah, and also people with a tube, what pickup replacement would you recommend? Let us know in the comment section below. But yeah, I mean, for that kind of like Mark Knopfler thing, I love the Tex-Mex sound. There's just something in those pickups, and I think it's because I've kind of grown up with them as well. From being. Well, I got my first guitar with Tex-Mex pickups in 2004. That was my white Strat, and I've always loved those pickups. I've recently been recording with somebody, and I've been working on this song which I'm hoping to kind of hopefully get permission to put it up on YouTube when it's finished. But the entire songs I've been recording recently, I've just been using my white Strat. When I record, I very rarely use any other guitar other than my white Strat. I will occasionally use my Jaguar and occasionally use my well, for a while I used my vintage V100, but now I'm using my Revelation 59, which is just sat over there. But invariably, I just use my white Strat, like, very religiously, pretty much, apart from if I want a specific thing. Like, Never Fade was the 62. It just spoke to me on that day. But anyway, I digress. I tangent. Anyway, but yeah, people with a tube, let us know what pickup would you recommend for the Mark Knopfler kind of tone to replace in the Squier Affinity. Like I say, my thing would be Tex-Mex or Evil Sheep. I think they're really, really cool. There's also Oswald pickups as well. Mr. Master Nick, he makes his own pickups. I just remembered them. Again, some of my favourite pickups. Your mind just goes blank, doesn't it, when you put on the spot? It's like, what? All of a sudden you forget your name, where you live, and where you come from. All right, who are you? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, but yeah, I would recommend Tex-Mex pickups, really, myself, for that kind of like Mark Knopfler kind of tone. Those pickups are just awesome. I absolutely love them. So yes, hope this answers your question. Moving on to question 4 now. Question 4 is, what are your thoughts on Jason Becker? And could you cope in his situation of not being able to play the guitar? I reckon Jason Becker is one of those ridiculously inspirational human beings. To go through what he went through and still be around and still making music is beyond inspirational. You know, the fact that he can't play guitar anymore, I can't even imagine how that felt, because he loved guitar. I mean, if that documentary, Not Dead Yet documentary that he did about him, was just like absolutely awesome. But to get such a horrific like disease, being so young and taking all that away from him, just when he was literally about to break, and it was just like, how cruel, fate can be sometimes. It really is cruel sometimes how it's not, it doesn't seem fair. It just doesn't seem fair. But I do follow Jason Becker, and I've got to say his guitar playing isn't my cup of tea. I don't really like shred guitar anymore. I mean, I still love it, but I don't really listen to it anymore. So his guitar playing isn't a thing. But his stuff that he makes, is kind of like symphony stuff where it's all kind of like floaty and stuff like that, is absolutely incredible. It really is. The man's got such a mind for music. It's just unreal. And the fact that he can't play an instrument and he does it all by just communicating with people how he wants it and how he wants to hear it and stuff like that is just, like I say, just ridiculously inspirational. The man's a genius. Absolute genius. So, I've got nothing but respect for the man. I really do have nothing but respect for Jason Becker. I think he's an absolute massive inspiration to everyone. There's no way he can't be. It's just incredible. It's this absolute, incredible inner strength that he had to keep going. Life gave him a rubbish hand. It's as simple as that. He got a rubbish hand and he didn't deserve it. And but he made the best of it, and he made an amazing thing out of it, and that's amazing. That's amazing. That's really, that is just, it's just awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Like I say, I'm not a biggest fan of some of his music. I didn't really get into the cacophony thing. I didn't really like that thing he did with Mighty Freeman. But no, he's an amazing human being. Amazing human being. He's just one of those people. It's like, yes, good on you. So, but some of his other music is absolutely amazing, and I do love some of his music. It's absolutely really, really awesome. So, it's more kind of slower stuff that I like. But yeah, and there's no doubt he was like a genius with the guitar. I mean, he really was. He was an absolute demon. But it's just ridiculous. It's just not fair how he got that took away from him. As for could I cope in his situation of not being able to play guitar, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't like to say, because I feel it'd be a bit of a weird thing to say, because I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully none of us will ever be put in that situation where you've got to sacrifice something, like he. I mean, I'm sure if you gave Jason the option, I'm sure he would have much preferred to be able to play guitar. You know what I mean? He makes the best of it, like obviously like he can, but I'm pretty sure, like, if he could play guitar again, he would love to play guitar again. And there's a bit in that Not Dead Yet documentary where he looks at his guitars. And it hit me quite hard because I was just thinking, like, I can't even imagine what that must feel like not being able to play it. It's like if I saw my white Strat on the wall and I wasn't able to play it, I don't know if I could cope. I mean, his mental mindset must be so strong. He's surrounded by awesome people as well. Like his parents are, like, everyone who's around him are just like really, really supportive and really cool. But I don't know. I wouldn't like to say how I would be able to cope because I don't want to say I wouldn't like to answer that, if you know what I mean. It just feels it's a bit of a hard one to answer, so to say. So yeah. But Jason Becker himself, I mean, ridiculous inspiration, absolute ridiculous inspiration to everyone. Guitarists, non-guitarists, non-musicians. He really did go above and beyond. Like I say, when he got dealt a really crappy hand, he kind of turned it and made it a good one. It's quite incredible, really. Yeah, nothing but respect for Jason Becker. I think it's really, really cool. Okay, so I'm going to move on to question 5 now, everybody. Question 5. I recently picked up guitar again. I am playing a Jazzmaster style guitar through a Boss Katana Mini. What would you recommend out of the options for going to the next level? Okay, so basically just up in the ante a bit. You said you kind of like you rooted in that kind of 90s Britpop kind of thing, like Oasis and stuff like that. So the options were go for individual pedals, get individual pedals, and you said that might take you a bit of time because they're quite expensive. You said you live in Australia, so you said they're expensive. Go for individual pedals. Go for a cheap multi-effects unit like a Zoom. Go for a mid-range multi-effects unit. Go for something like a Line 6 HX or a Boss GT 100, or go for something like a Boss Katana. Okay, so if it was me in this situation, what I would go for is I would either go for the Boss Katana, big surprise, or I would go for a Zoom multi-effects unit, the cheap one, like the G2.1U, and I'm biased because I absolutely adore it, and there's one sat right there. But the really cool thing about the Boss Katana Mini is it accepts effects pedals really, 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 really well. I actually did a busking session with Dukes Deluder outside a bar with my Boss Katana Mini, and I had a Zoom G2, not the it was Joe's Zoom G2, which is not the one used. It's basically the one without the pedal on the expression pedal on the side, and I had that and a Crybaby. And I used that for the entire time we played, and we were just busking there, and I just had it, everything was on batteries, and I just had the Boss Katana Mini cranked to the teeth, and then I used the Zoom for kind of like cleanish tone and distortion tones and delays and stuff like that, and then I had also a Crybaby for wah-wah. And the Boss Katana Mini just blew me away on how good it sounded with running effects for it. So if you're on a budget, which you said you are, like I would maybe recommend getting something like a super cheap multi-effects unit, like a Zoom G2.1U or something along that line that you like the sound of, just to kind of give you more options with your Mini. Excuse me. So you can get because obviously the Boss Katana Mini's got delay built in, but with like the Zoom you could get stuff like reverb, different kinds of overdrive, different kind of clean tones, different EQ. Loads of effects like chorus, flange, phasers, blah blah blah. You name it, it's got it, kind of thing. All the effects you would ever kind of need. But I would recommend getting the one with an expression pedal on the side. So if you wanted, you can have wah-wah as well. So that's what I'd recommend because like I said, the Katana Mini takes pedals really, really well. And it just sounds mega, that thing. I was playing through mine yesterday and I absolutely love it. It's actually here. Always on hand. These things are absolutely amazing. If you want a practice amp that you can just take anywhere, I cannot speak more highly of this thing. This just beats all little practice amps. I really do feel. Although saying that, I haven't tried the Yamaha TH yet, but I would like to try them. But I absolutely adore this thing. It's absolutely amazing. Like I say, you can kind of busk with it. It's quite difficult. It doesn't go quite loud enough. It needs to be a bit louder, but you can get away with it. I mean, I got away with it in a street full of people. So, but I would have liked it to have gone like just a smidgen louder. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, that's what I'd recommend doing myself personally. So I'd either go for the Katana or the multi-effects unit. I'd probably, if money was kind of like tight, I'd go for like something like a Zoom, just a multi-effects unit, just to kind of like, you know, ease on the cost, so to say. So that's what I would do. So people with a tube, feel free to chime in on this question as well. What would you recommend? But I'd say that's what I would go for. And then maybe in time, I would probably kind of like up the game to go and get a Boss Katana. And you said you were thinking of getting like the 100-watt head because of a mini practice amp, practice speaker inside of it. And yeah, it might be quite a cool idea. So that's what I would do. I would just kind of stick with little mini and your Jazzmaster copy, and just kind of like go for something like a multi-effects unit and just run that through it until you kind of like, you know, want to go to the next kind of level, so to say. So and also like, you know, you can get that kind of like, you know, all sorts of cool effects out of the Zoom G2.1 US. Just ridiculous. Love those things. Okay, so and then in time you could, you know, you go to something like a Line 6 HX or something like that. You know what I mean? And they're ridiculous as well. And the HX is up there as well. It's I don't know if you can see it. It's on top of that box. But yeah, so yeah, but this thing takes pedals really well. So, you know, you don't really have to upgrade your amp if, like, you know, if you're playing for your own enjoyment, you don't need to get a bigger amp, let's say, because this thing does the job nicely. And you said you kind of like use headphones and stuff, so that rules. Okay, so I hope it's answered your question. Like I said, I would go for the cheap multi-effects or the Boss Katana, but I'd go for the cheap multi-effects first. But that's just me. Do what you feel like you want to do. If you want to go for the Boss Katana, go for the Boss Katana. But they'd be my two options that I would pick. Okay, so final question to everybody. Question 6 is, do you use a spring in your tremolo arms hole to make it fit better and also lock in place? And what's your opinion on this? I don't know. I don't like it. My other friend Ian, the guitarist Ian. Well, actually, both Ians are guitarists. This is confusing, but Ian James Stewart, well, I'll use his full name. He uses a spring in his Strat's tremolo arm to keep the arm from swinging about the place. But I like my arm to get out of the way when I don't want it. I don't want to have to hit it out of the way. I just like to be able to drop it and it fall. So for me, the whole spring thing actually doesn't work. I don't like the spring in the tremolo cavity thing at all. It actually kind of doesn't get on my nerves because I do like sometimes... Like, for instance, on my Jaguar's tremolo arm, I like it to be able to kind of put it in place and leave it. I don't like it when that falls away because it's so big, it's quite, you know, it can become a pig to get back hold of. For me, anyway. But I don't really like it in Strats. I like when I'm playing a tremolo arm with a Strat, I like to kind of like, you know, be able to drop the arm and it just fall away. With a spring in, obviously, that won't happen. You just drop the arm and it stays where it is, and I find it gets in the way. So for me, it doesn't work. It's a really cool thing, though, and for years and years and years, I wondered what that spring was for. And oddly enough, none of my Strats ever came with one. I never got a spring in any of the tremolo cavities in any of the Strats I owned. Joe's number one guitar, Joe's got a Squier Silver Series from '93. That had a spring in a tremolo cavity, but it got lost. I don't know where it went. But like I say, my friend Ian James Stewart, he uses a spring in his tremolo cavity to keep the tremolo arm, because he uses the tremolo arm so much. He likes to have it in place, whereas I don't. I like to be able to grab it, and once I'm done with it, drop it and let it just fall out the way. I don't like it kind of getting in the way, so to say. I don't like it constantly there. So for me, it's not a thing that I would ever do or enjoy. I mean, I don't know. I say that now, but that could change. You know what I mean? But at this point in time, I don't like it. I've never really liked the idea of a tremolo arm staying where it is. I like to be able to get it out of the way. As soon as I like to be able to just drop it, it fall out of the way, and it's not in the way anymore. So it's a cool thing. I say for years and years, I wonder what that spring was that you got in tremolo cavities. I was like, why is that? Why is there a spring in there? What's that for? And then when I found out, I was like, oh, that makes sense. And then when I realised, I was like, oh, that's cool, but I don't like it. It's not for me. So yeah, for me, it's not really a thing that I enjoy. I don't really like doing the whole locked tremolo thing. I mean, I like it on my Jag, but that's a different guitar to a Strat. I don't like it on Strats, so it feels weird on a Strat to have the tremolo arm in the way. Well, it doesn't feel weird. It's just constantly in the way, and I always bash my knuckles on it if it gets stuck there. And I'm like, just get out of the way. So, like I say, I like to be able to pull it up when I need it, drop it when I don't want it, and it just goes away. I just don't. It can just hang there, and do what it does. It's like an elephant trunk. But yeah, so for me, it's not a thing. People with a tube. Do you have a spring in your Strat tremolo tremolo thing? Do you like the arm to kind of like fall away, or do you like it kind of like set in a position? Let us know in the comment section below. Okay, so there we go, everybody. That felt really quick. Was that really quick? That felt really quick. And there's the fear. It's gone too quick. It means you haven't answered the questions very well, Dave. Okay, so thanks, brain. So I hope I've answered your questions okay. Oh, there is one more thing I need to address. I didn't want to bring this up as a proper question because I don't have any experience in it, so I didn't want to mention. But if I bring it up, maybe somebody can help out. Somebody asked a question on the website. What flanger pedal would I recommend? Now, I don't use flange barely at all. It's one of those pedals that I've never really particularly liked the sound of. I use it every now and again, but very rarely. So I can't really recommend a really, really good flanger pedal. So people of the tube, can you recommend a really good flanger pedal for this person who's asked this question? Because I don't use flange, so I don't really want to say, oh, go for this one when I've got no experience in it whatsoever, because it'd just be wrong. It really just be very, very wrong. So people of the tube, what flanger pedal would you recommend? Leave a comment section. Leave a thing in the comment section below and let us know, because I have no idea. Like I said, I don't use flange pedals at all. I use it for record. I used flange effect for recording recently with chorus. I used both together, chorus and flange, because I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers "This Is the Place" sound, which is chorus and flanger together. But other than that, I don't use it. I use chorus if I'm going to go for that kind of watery sound, or I'll try and kind of like simulate a kind of a Leslie kind of thing. I don't really use a flanger pedal. So people with a tube, let us know in the comment section below what flanger pedal you would recommend in your experience, which one you found to be the best. But like I said, I didn't want to bring it up in a proper question because I haven't got any experience in what a good flange pedal is, or where they are, so to say. So yeah, people with a tube, let us know. And I really hope I've answered your questions okay. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to submit a question for Q&A Wednesday, everybody, please go to the description box below. There's the email link to submit questions to. And then there's also my website. The website, to submit questions on the website, you have to go to the forum section and then register on the forums and then go to the Ask Dave section. And when you go to the Ask Dave section, you can write a question in there, and I'm just basically going through them as we go. I think I've got 10 questions to go on my website, and I think I've got like 5 on my email. So get in there, I'm getting through them. But I say, I'll keep your questions coming, and I'll do my best to answer them as best I can. So like I say, links for the description box are in below. Also in the description box below is links to my Facebook and Instagram if you want to find me on all the social media. And and if you want to kind of and also a link to my Patreon is in the link as well. Because people have been asking recently, you need to set up a Patreon. It's like, I do have a Patreon account, and I've got to say a massive thanks to all the Patrons on there who support me. It really does make a difference in my life because of the new copyright thing. Ad revenue has gone way down on YouTube for creators. So having you there as a having my patrons there on Patreon to support me as extra support really, really helps out no end. It gives me ability to actually kind of like I reinvest that money in the channel. I go out and buy things with that money to show on the channel. You know what I mean? To help the channel along, and it's like it's just I am beyond grateful. I am beyond grateful because you're supporting this channel. You're making this channel work. Because without you watching and say the patrons on Patreon, I won't be able to do it. I won't be able to do this. So I am forever, eternally grateful to you all. I say people on Patreon, I'm grateful for the extra added support. It's just, you're all awesome. You are all awesome, and I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. It means the world to me. It really does. I literally don't know where I'd be without you, and that's God's honest truth. I really don't. So thank you all so very, 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 very much for supporting this channel, and I hope I answered your questions okay, and I will see you again on Friday for another video. It might be a pedal demo on Friday. I'm not sure yet. We will see. I've been very, very kindly sent a pedal, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But it might be a pedal demo Friday. I don't know. I don't know what the Friday's video is going to be yet. But I will see you on Friday anyway, nonetheless. And I'm hoping to do a live stream soon as well. I'll hopefully do a Q&A live stream. So maybe next Wednesday, instead of Q&A Wednesday, I'll do a live stream. Let me know, people of YouTube, if you would like to see a Q&A live stream next Wednesday. Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe like the end or the beginning of each month, like do a live Q&A or something like that. I don't know. Let me know what you think, people of YouTube. Let me know in the comment section. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I say your support means the world to me. It really does. You make this channel work, and that means the world to me. So thank you very much indeed. And like I say, submit a question. Go to the description box below. All the links are in there. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you again very soon. Have a great morning, afternoon, and good evening, and goodbye now.